from the north, and you need to go clockwise, not anti-clockwise. So you need to go like this when you're finding the bearing. Alright, so the first question is asking us to find the bearing of K from M. So we are coming from M, the north of M, going to K. So let me just draw a line here to represent the north line. Actually, this is how the north line is going to be. I don't know if, yeah. Let me just do this. Let me just move it a little bit. Okay. So it has to be straight like this. Then need to do this at least like this. Of course, we are supposed to start from somewhere there. Okay, so this is our north line. So I need to indicate here that I have a north line. So I'm starting from the north of M going to K. So I'm finding this bearing here. Alright, so what am I going to do? So one thing that you need to understand is that this angle here and this angle here, when we add them, we need to get 180. So that is one thing that you need to know. So if I add this one and that, we need to get 180. So we can say 180 is equal to 110 plus x. So this is x. You can just imagine that it is x. So x is going to be equal to 180 minus 110. So what are we going to get? We are going to get 70 degrees. So our 70 degrees is here. The reason why we are finding that angle, this is because we are finding the bearing starting from this point here up to this point, meaning the entire part here, we need to exclude it, or it is not part of our angle. So now that we know to say this is 70, this is 62, so we can just say 70 plus 62, then we less it from 360, because we know to say that a complete circle, this complete circle adds up to 360. So we can add. We have 70 plus 62. So this one is going to give me 2. Then 7 plus 6, I'm going to get 13. So it is 133. Let me say 132. So we are lessing 132 from 360, and that one is going to be our answer. So we can say 360 minus 132 degrees. Then let's see what we are going to have. So 360 minus 132. So this is going to be 5, this is going to be 10, so this is going to be 8. So 5 minus 3, that is 2, and this is 2. So we have 228 as our answer. So this is going to be equal to 228 degrees as our final answer. So sometimes you can get 2 figures like 48. So what should you do? So bearings are represented by 3 figures. So you need to include a 0 here, so to indicate that there are 3 figures. What about this one? So we are coming from K. So we need to find the bearing of L from K. So we are coming from K going to L. Not the L that between the even and the L. Which one can you choose? So we are coming from L. So let me just draw a north line here. She's going to pass at that point. Now this one looks ugly. Let me just do another one. Yeah, so we are starting from L. So this is our north. And we are starting from K, going to L. So we are going this side. So one thing that you need to know is that this is 70 and this is 110. So we can easily find the angle inside here. Once we find the angle inside here, we know to say that the entire thing here and this one here, the one which I'm drawing, this one and this one, they are going to form the Z angles, which are called the alternative angles. Okay, so we can easily find that angle. So how? We know to say that interior angles or angles in a triangle, they add up to 180. So we can add 85 plus 62, and then we less them from 180. So here I'm going to get 7, then here I'm going to get 14. So we have 147. So from there we need to less from 180. So we have 180 minus 147. So this is going to be 7, this is going to be 10. So 10 minus 7, that is 3. And 7 minus 4, that is 3. And this is going to be 0. So we have 33. So this is our 33. Another step, we want to find this angle. So we know to say that a straight line adds up to 180. So if we are coming from this side, going that side, that is 180, the entire part. So we can easily find this one. How? We can just add 110 plus 130 for us to find this angle. Okay? Yes. So, what are we going to do? We are going to say 110 plus 33, which is going to give us 143. So this 143, we are going to say 180 minus 143. So what are we going to get? This is going to be 7, this is going to be 3. So it is going to be 37. So this is 37. Even this one is going to be 37. So the entire circle add up to 360. So the only part which is omitted or which is remaining is this part of 37. So we are going to less 360 minus 37. So let me just write it here for us to find our final answer. 360 minus 37. So what are we going to have? We have 37 here. So this is 5. This is 10. So this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 3. So our answer is going to be 323 degrees. But if you don't want to go this way, you know to say that we have this one as 70 and this one as 62. So this angle here is equal to this angle here, only this part. So what are we going to do? We can find that angle. Very simple. Okay, so we can find that angle. So we are finding this one. Remember, the straight line adds up to 180. So we can find that one here by saying 70 plus 62. Then we are going to get that as 140, as 142. That 142, yes. No, 132, not 142, 132 degrees. So meaning to say that we are going to less 132 from 180. Then let's see what we are going to have. So this one is going to be 8. This one is going to be 4 as 48. So meaning to say, if this is 48, even this one is going to be 48. Now remember, the entire angle here is 84. Let me say it's 85. So we can easily find what is remaining here by saying 85 minus 48. Then what are we going to have? So 15 minus 8, we are going to get 7. Then 7 minus 4, we are going to get 3. So we are having 37, which is the same one that we have found here. Then you erase it from 360. So that is how you're supposed to answer that. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to subscribe.